Coloring manga may seem like an easy task, right? You already have the characters drawn for you. So why can't you make them look the way you want to? Well, I find it very helpful to know how to draw these characters, especially the different expressions, since you can create really unique and original drawings based off your favorite series. One Piece is particularly known for its exaggerated reactions on the characters, so we're going to learn how to draw Luffy's most iconic expressions. But first, we need to learn how to begin drawing Luffy. Even when most characters seem to have the same base shape, Luffy's face in particular is quite different. The shape of his face is wider with a short, slightly triangular chin, but the shape is very smooth, almost a circle. Mark a cross in the middle of the face for a guide. Before you move to the face, I like to mark where the ears will go. If you split the middle line into two parts from the chin to the middle, you will mark where the earlobes will go. For inside the ears, I always draw like an inverted Y shape. We will start drawing the iconic grin, which will start at the same height as the earlobes and curve down like a half moon, but it doesn't have to be perfectly shaped, so it looks more natural. If you notice, the space between the ears and the beginning of the smile, as well as the middle bottom part of the chin, have about the same tiny space in between. Luffy doesn't have a very long chin. Right in the middle, the bottom of the nose will be at the same height of the line we drew for the ears, and then create a tilted L-shaped stroke for the nose. You may notice in One Piece the characters, when they have a really wide smile, you can actually see the gums of the teeth, so we have to include those whenever we draw a really big smile. You typically notice two grooves per side, and then some lines in the middle to show the upper and lower teeth. But generally, it looks better to draw it halfway, and not all the way across. You will see often in characters the grid-like teeth as well, but I prefer the smile for a softer look. To mark where the eyes will go, we need to make a grid between the distance of the nose to the eyes, and the ears to the eyes. One Piece characters usually have a lot of space between the end of the eye and the nose, so we need to make sure that we draw this part correctly, which is why I marked the big gap where both eyes will go. As for the height, the lower lash line will start where we have our middle horizontal grid, and then we will create a new grid further above where the ears end. I curved it since we will have his eyebrows frowned slightly. Eyebrows need to go thicker towards the nose and then thin towards the end of the eyebrow. When frowning, you will notice a couple of wrinkles forming between the eyebrows too. Now, Luffy's eyes are very different among anime characters, even with One Piece characters. He has perfect circles, but the upper and lower lash line do not touch each other, so you will create a semicircle touching the eyebrow, and another opposite semicircle right in the middle of the horizontal grid. Then you can play around where you want Luffy to be looking at. His pupils are basically small black circles. And don't forget the scar, just a nice curved line with 2 stitches. The hair can be freestyle really. Since he has spiky black hair, you can add a couple of long and shorter strands of hair over his forehead. Luffy's neck is not as thick as other characters such as Zoro, so a couple of curved strokes around the same height of each end of his grin will work. For the straw hat, make sure to create an oval shaped base, and the top part should follow along the same width as his face. You can go messy with the line art here, since it is a straw hat so it is not smooth or symmetrical. I will draw then a standa or shoulders down pose just to add some more of his body. I am focusing here mainly on facial expressions, so maybe in the future we can have another video discussing how to draw the body. Once your sketch is complete and you have all of your scribbles and guides, you can lower the opacity of the layer and create a new layer on top to start drawing the line art. If you made a detailed sketch like I did, the line art will be very quick and easy. So there you have it, a very basic Luffy drawing. Now let's see what other angles and expressions we can draw for Luffy in particular. We can start with a sideways angle this time. For this, the position of the head and the neck are important to indicate the rotation of the head. Notice how I made the left side of the face flatter and a more defined jaw? This is to make the sideways effect. The neck also starts on the right side and it ends in the middle, so it is not centered. It is a good idea to mark a guide where the middle of the face is now located, in this case to the left side. I want his head to be slightly lifted, so chin is up and you will be able to see a bit more of the chin from this angle. The center of the face is the nose. So moving the directions of the tip of the nose will show us how lifted or lowered a face is. The nose will be placed right in the center of our grid. In this case, it is located on the left side. We will create a more curved bridge of the nose and a taller tip of the nose to give this effect. Luffy's right eye, our left view, will be close to the nose and not showing completely. This is because the nose is blocking the side of the face. The other eye will be located further away from the nose and it will have a slightly stretched shape, rather than the round circle you use on the front view. We will go for a shocked expression here, so the mouth will be open in a D shape but upside down. We will draw both the upper and lower teeth to show the jaw drop effect. Finally, add the hair and the straw hat on the back this time. Now let's see what a side profile will look like. This one is a little tricky to construct, but it's kind of an L shape, a bit wider to mark where the forehead and the brows go. Do not draw a vertical line of the forehead, it has to be tilted towards the back of the head to create that slope. The nose will also be a sharper L shape, so you have two L shapes stacked on top of each other. The upper lip goes around the same height as the brow curve, and the lower lip goes further inside, appearing shorter than the upper lip. The chin height will kind of be in the middle of the nose and the upper lip. Where the mouth ends, we will mark where the eye begins. The eye needs to be away from the nose to create that perfect angle. The wrinkles of the eyebrow will match the height of the frown between the forehead and the nose. As an additional tip, to indicate the right height of the eyes, split the length of the nose into halves and draw the lower lash line on the half mark of the nose. The positioning of the neck is important here. You will have a thicker neck on the back side connecting to the back, and adding hair strands on the back will connect everything together. And of course, we cannot forget Luffy's big, open mouth, full of joy smile. For these, we need to stretch the head vertically to leave room for that big smile. So it will cover basically half of the face. Since we are making a lifted head, the upper teeth will be showing the most, including the molars on the back, which are typically drawn in a C shape. The nose will be right in the middle, but since Luffy's face is lifted, we can pretty much see the nostrils. Mark the grid to position the eyes, like I explained on the first drawing, and draw the semicircles on each lash line. Continue drawing a flowy, messy hair. From this angle, you will not see the top of the straw hat, so you will just draw the base of the hat as a full circle behind his head. So finally, as a little extra, we cannot just keep doing serious and happy expressions. Luffy has some of the funniest expressions, so I decided to draw the most iconic one, the annoyed but frowny expression, or however you want to call it. So when it comes to funny expressions, the edges of the face become smoother and lack structure, so this basically looks like a circle shape with no chin. The key to drawing funny and exaggerated expressions is to add a lot of wrinkles. We do not want the characters to look pretty and smooth, so adding the wrinkles from the mouth, extra wrinkles on the forehead and eyebrows will achieve this effect, as well as exaggerated nostrils, lips coming out of the face frame, and a lot of more wrinkles. That's the key to these funny looking faces. And now you have a perfectly clean sketch to start doing the line art. I will go ahead and color this one just to complete the look. I have multiple videos coloring and shading if you like to learn more about that in detail. I am not putting a lot of detail for this one since the main focus was drawing the character. So that's how I draw Luffy and his typical expressions. Make sure to subscribe since I will be making more of these guides on other characters in the future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and comment below if you try any of these tips. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!